Good day, everyone. My name is Taja R. Alacapa, and this is my TMA 2 submission for MMS 102. Today, we will be talking about the four waves of feminism. So, we have the four waves of feminism ranging from different time periods. For our first wave, it happened during 1848 to 1920. The second wave in 1963 to the 1980s, sorry. The third wave happening during the 1990s, and the fourth and final wave which is still occurring during the present day. So first, obviously, we will be talking about the first wave of feminism, which first happened in July of 1848 by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia at New York. So the first wave of feminism focused more on women's right to vote and suffrage, although during this time there was still a bit discrimination against black women and it was still quite marginalized. There was also an instance where some white feminists who were fighting for suffrage were angered over the fact that black men gained the right to vote first before them. And as you can see, white women gained the right to vote during the 1920, whereas black women had to wait another 45 years for their rights to vote in the 1965. So we can see a depiction of this time period in Mary Poppins. Although it happened in the movie filmed in 1964, the film's setting is in the 1920s, and we can see Mrs. Banks, the children's mother in the film, is portrayed as a suffragette. Even one of her more iconic roles in the movie is her song Sister Suffragette, singing about her role and what she does. There was also a scene in the movie where at the end she gave her sash to act as a kite tail for her children. Some people see this as a way for her to give up her cause, although for me, in my opinion, it seems more like it acts as a billboard of some sorts and not her taking away the sash and leaving it behind. So for the second wave, which happened during the 1963 and the 1980s. So in 1963, Betta Friedan published The Feminine Mystique. This wave also happened during the civil rights movements and the protests against the Vietnam War, which also encouraged reevaluation of gender roles and to sexist discrimination and equal pay and reproductive freedom. And during this time, there were still some differences between black women and white women, and there are instances where black women formed their own feminist organization separate from the white women. We can see that in the Umbrella Academy. Although Umbrella Academy is a more recent series, season 2 itself having been shown in 2020, the show itself has, not to spoil it, but it has time traveling aspects, and the main characters has traveled back in the 1960s. As we can see in 1960s, we can see Alison Hargreaves, one of the characters in the series, being involved in the civil rights movement and fighting for equality. Alison Hargreaves is a black character. She is. Oh, it didn't add her there, but that is a scene from the movie. And then in here, we can also see the relationship between Vanya / now Victor and Sissy's relationship, which is also another reevaluation of gender roles. So for the third wave, which happened in the 1990s, 30 years ago, this wave tackled problems of sexual harassment in the workplace, shortage of women in positions of power, and encouraged sexuality, individuality, and embracing more feminine styles. This wave embraced more femininity as opposed to the previous wave, and because of this, some feminists of this wave also didn't use the word feminist as a way for them to separate themselves from the previous wave. Pop music specifically during this period, was influenced by feminism. as they addressed sexism, patriarchy, abuse, racism, and rape in their music. This wave has also been the start of the inclusion of race and gender. So for the media for this wave, I gave Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde, I would say, is a more popular film, and it is a for me a perfect depiction of that wave of feminism. As we can see, Elle Woods is a more girly type of character, more feminine, and throughout the movie, she has been looked down on and for her femininity. But throughout the film, we would see her be able to embrace herself and that femininity, I keep on saying it, that femininity as a way for her to uh, empower herself as a law student, and it wasn't seen as a hindrance. In fact, it has been very vital in the final scenes of the film where her more feminine knowledge has helped with the case. This, as I said earlier, this wave tackled themes of sexual harassment in the workplace, and there was also a scene in this movie where she was sexually harassed by her professor and she was able to stand up for herself. Also, women in positions of power, law student, she's a law student, I'd say. So Legally Blonde is for my third wave. And for the fourth wave and final wave, but the line between the third wave and our present wave is a little more blurred, but one of the main differences is that currently social media and the internet has been playing a more vital role than it has in the past. So in 2007, Tarana Burke launched the hashtag #MeToo movement, which became popular in 2017 after the sexual misconduct of film producer Harvey Weinstein was revealed. So for this, I didn't really choose a specific piece of media. It's more of a series of happenings. The Wilburset and Shublab allegation. So for context, talking now that the internet is more prevalent, more content creators and internet influencers are also becoming more and more popular. So with that, we also see like a new brand of celebrities. So for context, Wilburset and Shubl are popular streamers and YouTubers. So during this time period, during right now, early 2024, Shubl has opened up about her experiences with her ex-boyfriend and her experience of abuse online. So we'd see what happened afterwards after her live stream where she opened up is she gained a lot of support and love from online viewers and fans alike. This has also been a way for the other girls that has been affected by Wilbursuit to open up by their experiences. And I'd say it's one of the things that has been uh, an influence in the fourth wave of feminism is that women are more open and more free to speak up about their experiences and because of the online platforms that they have. And there are still certain issues, especially since it is still online, and there are some like fake allegations with like other people. But this type of opening up about different experiences that women face has been more and more common online, which is not present in the other waves of feminism. So, in conclusion, we see the lasting evidence from the past waves in modern media in ways that we might not realize. So, for example, women's suffrage is something now we take advantage of and is seen in modern media. Same with more the opening up of speaking out about certain issues and being able to be more free in femininity, for example. Media and waves of feminism influence one another and future generations. I'd say, especially now with online, we'd be able to see more of a way that media and feminism influence each other as well as the audience. Audience has more participation now than ever. And while there are still things that could be better compared to the previous waves, we have made quite the progress.